that was offered to looked at in this meeting was independence. And for me, it is like, let's talk about gold. Let's talk about one of the most important topic or important concepts that are raped in our consciousness, that are really misjudged, misunderstood, and unemployed. So let's start with what most of the people, and not even people, nations, countries, relate to as independence, and what is the big misconception about it. And please let me know if you agree or not agree about that, yes? Mm-hmm. Most of us, the majority, relate to independence as something which is connected to separation and even loneliness. Independence means that, or being independent means that I am detaching from you. I leave my home, I leave my family, I break the relationship, I quit working in the office, and I'm going to become independent. I'm going to fight for my rights and receive the legitimate to be who I am. And I'm going to be free, and I'm going to break through, and I'm going to become independent. Because until now, I was not. Misconception. It's a big confusion. It is far away from being that. Please take a deep breath. Yes, as you know, and those who are here for the first time, every time you breathe, you just allow yourself to take the download the deeper into you. Because you are offering your life to behave, you are offering yourself to behave differently, to think differently, to connect differently. Independence doesn't mean that I need to fight for my right and slam the door and go out and have my own office or my own relationship and be by myself and maybe even lonely. But I can do it in my own term and how I believe that this should be. This is not independence. And in that perspective, what you actually say to yourself is that independence is connected to fight and control. Because if there is control, therefore you are not independent. Because someone is actually, you need to obey to something which is greater than you, and sometimes to obey to something which is not greater than you, anything that you would like to categorize inside of your system. Either your child or your mother, whatever. Then you need to become independent and have your own control on the situation. Because you cannot be together with them. And breathe. So another misconception is that independence is connected to fighting, to liberation in terms of control, or just to control. One thing that I feel that exists in the collective consciousness, and actually I feel that it is a right perception, is that independence connected to empowerment. And this is truth. It is very empowering to be independent. But no one will give you that. And you cannot fight for it. You are born independent. The fact that you are a being, the fact that you are a particle, the fact that you have your emotions, thoughts, 2 legs, 1 heart, 2 eyes, 1 mouth, means that you're independent. You don't need to fight for it. You fight for it only if you got really, really confused and you forgot the fact that you exist by your own accord. And please breathe. One of the definitions that I will suggest to look at independent is that living in my own accord, in my own rhythm, taking responsibility of my choices, choosing what I like to experience, being able to connect, understand that I am one, as one and with one. The fact that we are born and are able to perceive ourselves as an entity that have a name, that have boundaries, that can be defined. Even I would say that in some appearance have a definition of beginning of an end, although of course this could be a big discussion. But in terms of I am an entity, I am one, I am defined, I have my boundaries, I have my experience, I have my relationship, I have my breath, my decisions, I have my beginning and my end, although everything is greater than that. This is the thing that makes you independent. There's no fight. There's no things that you need to do to have your own freedom to be. And please breathe. It is simply living from your own inner motion, following, knowing your own inner streams or stream of experiences and connections. And please take a deep breath. The nature of independency of the one particle is the nature of connection. The nature of independence gives you the ability and even the wisdom to connect. You're not only able to do that, but actually clumsy and ignorant about it. You just have the mechanism. No. It is in your cells. It is in your body. It is in your perception. It is in your communication. It is in your energy field. The wisdom how to connect. And I would even say more than that. It's not only about the wisdom how to connect. It is the wisdom how to connect, and by that connection, initiate in the world something which is brighter and greater than whatever was here before. And please breathe. Please breathe deep. I don't know how you are dealing with the downloads. And if you're not following me, give me a sign. If there's something that I need to elaborate, just give me a sign, okay? Every particle that exists in this form of life which we are privileged to live in, have the wisdom how to connect and generate something brighter, wiser, and greater. Every particle, every cell in your body, and every human on the planet, which includes you. You have that. You have this wisdom, and you actually need to do nothing to allow this wisdom to be part in your life, to show in your life. There's almost nothing that you need to do. Of course, we are here because there are some things to do or to undo. Mm-hmm. But in the wisdom, in your nature, there's actually nothing to do. And please take a breath. I'd like to elaborate a little bit about the connection between growing and developing and independence, or being independent. Because we have now written in our codes that we need to disconnect to feel our own identity. We need to create boundaries and separation so we will be able to feel who we are. This is the codes that we have. So if I'm looking deeper to see where those codes were written and how we arrived to the place that this is what we have, I feel that it is very much connected to the topic of growing and developing.
Can you repeat the codes?
It blew your mind.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, thank you. It seems that we got confused. While we were swimming in the ocean of our life, somehow we lost the star that shows us the way. And we got confused. And in that confusion, we took upon ourselves a belief system, an idea. We wrote a code which said that I am not independent. My perception of what independent is not accessible to me. I'm always connected without feeling my own freedom, without feeling that I exist, without feeling that I have the right to choose or that I deserve to live the way that I feel that I would like to live, etc., etc. So the code is that either you're connected or you're independent. You cannot do the both together. Impossible. Clear? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. How come we have this code? Where, when, why we adopted this joke? Mm-hmm. When we started somehow to believe or to behave according to responsibility which is not ours, and the wish to control others in the sense that if we take care of them, we will live in much easier life and we might be independent ourselves. We actually started to have lack of appreciation and lack of respect to the fact that everyone is independent. We let go of our own independence while we choose we chose that other people will be dependent on us. So therefore, when we start to create things, whether it is our life, or a project, or a relationship, or to raise a child, what we believe that we need to do is that we need to take care of that. And we need to take care of that in a way that we decide for it the steps that it needs to do. And we can even sing to ourselves songs that, yes, we are so open, and we are really, yes, we really can contain a lot of things, and we can have everyone in our life, in our family, in our relationship, be the one that they are, until it becomes a little bit not comfortable and a little bit challenging. And then, in that moment, we lost our identity, we lost our independence, and at the same time, we took away the freedom of whatever entity, whatever we create, whomever is around us. We took his independence. And therefore, there would be a moment that either they, or us, or the project, or your business will start shaking and starting to create some level of disconnection. Because there is no other way for that particle to feel itself. And please breathe and keep yourself open. Take a deep breath. Just give me a sign if that's clear. Is that clear?
It's not very clear for me.
Okay, thank you. So, let's take a deep breath. Let's give a very simple example, simple but not easy. Relationship. Relationship. I am in a relationship. I would like my partner to be free, and I would like myself to be free. I'd like to be independent, and I like him to be independent. It could be, if I will really accept that what we do together and what is happening to both of us is not what I had in mind. Not necessarily what I plan, not necessarily what I'm able to perceive, and of course, not necessarily what is comfortable for me. It means that, in other way I will say, to really be independent is to be able to live and deal with life circumstances the way that they are happening. If you would like really to live in your own accord, you need to be able to have the space for everything around you. Your partner, your child, your mother, your business, to live in their own accord. You cannot be independent while you have other people dependent on you or other projects dependent on you. Actually, a real, I would say, homeopathic sensation, concentrated sensation of being independent means that in any given moment, you are able to take yourself out of the equation of life and still everything would live as it is. And please take a deep breath. I'm going to repeat. In every single moment, you are able to take yourself out of the equation of life, of your life, and still everything will live. Brilliant, miraculous, and beautiful, the same as it was if you were there. This what makes independent so empowering.
You don't make yourself necessary.
No, you contribute in your presence, but no one is attached to you, and you're not attached to nothing. You are in constant offering of the entire you that you are. Everything in you is available for the universe. And that's what makes independence so empowering. Because only when you are able to perceive yourself as such, then you will be able to deal in intimate relationship, whether it is family or partner, or again your business and your project, and let that be as it wished to be. Because you are able to perceive yourself like that. Then you are able to generate it. And by that you are able even to inspire those who are around you, either to do the same or to do something else, because this is their own thing. But still you are there. You are there, I would say, even in your strongest way, in your most empowered way, because you are still able to connect, to dance, and to co-create with whatever the person or life offers to you in every single moment. And please breathe. And please understand that it doesn't mean that there are no ups and downs. It does not mean that you wouldn't shake. It doesn't mean that winter would not come. It means, but it also means that whenever the earth is shaking, or there is a sensation that you lose your direction, or you have things that overwhelmed you, you are still there to experience that. This is not a guarantee that life's going to be delicious in the sense that it's going to be comfortable. Life's going to be delicious in the sense that that will be an amazing adventure. And you will be even able to see when you are riding on the waves and when you are sinking down, oh my God, this is really overwhelming, I don't know what to do and how to deal with it. But you never lost yourself. You never, ever actually disconnected. You always stay a unit which becomes stronger and stronger and have the ability to create with each and every one what is relevant to be created. And please breathe. Is it too much? Are you handling it?
Yes, it's too much.
Thank you. I'm going to check. Okay. Is it a clarification or a question?
Both, but I think more question.
Okay. Can I add one more thing and then open to questions?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. This is an act of independence. This simple act. Okay, I'd like to have a question, I have something to offer. Not necessarily it can have a place now. I don't lose it. I'm not going to lose myself even. I'm just going to deal with the situation with my strength. I will find a way. I will find the way for this, for me, for my experience to exist, and not only to exist, but to keep on contributing to this party. And breathe. The thing that I'd like to add is that there is a huge connection between a topic which is a little bit more, I would say, casual, a self-esteem topic, and independence. There is a huge connection between those two.
Say again, please.
Self-esteem issue, the issue of giving value to who you are and feeling independence, they are friends. Goes together. They go together. Of course, they all have their own accord, but they are also very much connected. In the root, I'd like to add some things about self-esteem. In the root of self-esteem, there is a code of dependency. In the root of self-esteem issue, there is a code of being dependent on other people, on encouragement, on support, on energy, and even on definitions. I'm good, I'm bad, this is okay, this is not okay, this is comfortable, this is not comfortable, I will be able to deal with it, I'm not going to be able, etc., etc. Self-esteem issue, when it is celebrated to the midst of it, is actually sitting similar to be addicted. Addicted to support, addicted to stimulation, addicted to something that will define who you are and gives you the value and will give you the permission to be who you are and what you are. And please breathe. We have low self-esteem, we have high self-esteem, we have self-esteem issue, and all of that is a dish. It's a big meal that you can just move and recook itself every time in your life.